Hello students. Chapter 9 Soil a natural resource. Today we will discuss some more important properties related to soil and some different factors which are related with this natural resource. First is how many types of organisms found in soil. As you know that the population of earth is so more, and if you take only a fist of soil in your hand, you will find that more than the number of people, the microorganisms will be in that soil. That means many types of microorganisms are found in the soil, like bacteria, virus, fungus, etc. Out of these, like bacteria and fungus, these act as decomposers. Decomposers means they all organisms or living beings which after death will mix into the soil. The bodies of these organisms have some complex material in their bodies, but these microorganisms like bacteria and fungi will decompose their complex organic material into simpler compounds, and in this manner they clean the nature also. That's why these are also called scavengers of the nature. Now, after not only these microorganisms but different type of insects, worms, and many other small sized organisms are also found in the soil. One of them is earthworm. It is also known as friend of farmer because it will make the soil loose, and which is easy for cropping or agriculture for the farmers. And second thing, it also adds some nutrients by adding earthworm castings, that is waste material of the earthworm, into the soil, and it is nutritious for the plants. In this manner, earthworm help the farmer also. Many other organisms like snakes, some rats, etc., all are found which also help the soil to make loose or hollow. Now, next is our point which we are taking, soil and crops. That means what type of crops we are growing on, it depends on type of soil. For example, clay soil, because its water holding capacity is more, and some part of loamy soil also, because loamy soil contain clay particles. So both these type of soil, loamy and clay, they are used to grow the cereals which require more quantity of water. And some crops like pulses, lentils, cotton, etc., those require less quantity of water. They can be grown in loamy soil. Now we take another point, that is soil erosion. It is a most important part because soil erosion will affect the yield of the agriculture also. Now first of all, we should understand what is soil erosion. And already you have read about this in your previous classes. Soil erosion means running away or taking away of the topmost part of the soil, that is known as topsoil, which is more and more nutritious for the plant because it contains humus. So the taking away or removal of the topsoil with the help of some agents like moving or running water or high speed wind, and this topsoil will run away to other places and make that soil unfertile for the crops. This is called soil erosion. Now this soil erosion done by two types of factor. First is natural factor, and the second is by human and animal activities. Natural factors means like heavy rain. If there is heavy rainfall, water will speedily flow there, and that's why the topsoil will also move away with that running water. With high speed wind and sometimes with landslides also, soil erosion occur. So these all are the natural factors by which soil erosion occur. Now for our benefit, we are also creating soil erosion. We are also causing soil erosion. Different type of human activities, because our population is continuously increasing, so we have to build up so many residential area here and there. We have to grow the crops also, and that's why we cut down many trees for our benefit, and we will make the soil barren, like for construction work, for growing growing crops, etc., or for making buildings. Anyhow, we cut down the trees, and large number of trees are cut down at same time at the same place. This is called deforestation. Deforestation means cutting down of trees on on large scale, that is deforestation. This also causes soil erosion, because you know that if you are taking example of a ground, in a half part of the ground you are growing the grass, and the remaining half part is where nothing is grown there. And if there is a wind is blowing with high speed, you will observe that the soil from the that part will move away. That part will be removed where nothing is grown, because because there was no one to hold that soil. But in that part in which you are growing the grass, the roots of the grass will hold that soil, and it will protect the soil from running away with that high speed wind. In this manner, if no plants are there, no trees are there, there will be more and more soil erosion. That's why due to deforestation, soil erosion occur. Now, poor farming methods. Our some farming methods are in this manner. We are using that that topsoil of the fields also run away. If we are doing using irrigation method in such a manner which are not useful, like we are irrigating the plants with pipes, etc., and many water is flowing away from there, wasted out. In that waste water, some topsoil also wasted. In this manner, soil erosion occurs. Overgrazing means if cattle in large number is grazing in the same area again and again, then all vegetation will be destroyed from that area, and this causes soil erosion. Now, soil pollution. Pollution means unwanted material if are mixed in the environment, that causes pollution. Here, unwanted material if are mixed in soil, it is called soil pollution. Now, soil pollution is caused by different factors. Like first, from agricultural field. In agriculture, to protect the plants, many pesticides are used, and to remove the weeds means unwanted plants, weedicides are used, and for replenishment of the nutrients in the soil, many types of chemical fertilizers are also used. All these will destroy the quality of soil, and they are added in the soil and makes the soil unfertile, and in this manner soil pollution is caused. Second are chemicals from different types of factories like textile industries, etc. Different chemicals are mixed in the soil, and they will also make the soil barren and cause the soil pollution. Third is sewage water. Sewage water is also a major factor for causing soil pollution. Plastic waste. All of you know that how plastic is harmful to us, and if it is mixed in soil, any type of poisonous gases will evolve from it when it will go to degrade. Though it is not decomposed easily, but some gases definitely will evolve from these plastic material, and they cause soil pollution. Now, salination. So many type of salts are added to the soil, and they increase the salt level of the soil and cause salinity in it. In this manner, this is also a type of soil pollution. Now, though we know that soil is a natural resource and very useful to us in many ways, so we should conserve it. We should protect the soil from soil pollution, from soil erosion, and this is called soil conservation. Now, how soil conservation can be done? First is afforestation. As we already discussed that in deforestation, many plants are cut down at same time large scale. If we grow many plants at same field, this is called afforestation. So, to grow more and more plants is called afforestation, and in this manner, we can not only prevent soil erosion, but also we can make our environment pollution free. Now, terrace farming. Terrace farming, it is done in mountainous region, and it is another major tool to prevent the soil erosion. And how it is done? On the mountain region, many slopes are cut down, and on these slopes, the crop plants or different types of other plants can be grown on it, and these plants will not only decrease the speed of running water on this slope, but also on these steps where these crops are grown, the soil will be held by it and it will prevent soil erosion. So terrace farming is also used for soil conservation in mountainous region. Now crop rotation. The nutrient requirement for different type of crops are different. Some crops require other nutrients and other many different crops will require different type of nutrients. So if we grow same type of crop in a field, that particular nutrient will be deficient in that soil. So to prevent it, we grow one crop in a season and another crop in different season. In this manner, farmers make a rotation of crops in their fields, and the nutrient requirement of the crops will also be fulfilled by this crop rotation. For example, if we are growing leguminous plant, that means pulses in a crop, it will fulfill the nitrogen requirement also of this soil, and it will replenish the nitrogen deficiency of the soil. Now, dams and embankments near on the banks of the rivers. If water is running with fast speed, and it will go to the near areas and bring topsoil from that area with it. In this manner, it will cause soil erosion there. To prevent that, some dams are made. That in these dams, the extra water of these rivers will be collected, and it will slow down the speed of the running water. Second, embankment. With the help of some large size stones on the banks of river, a border is made, a fencing type of border is made, and it will also prevent soil erosion. In this manner, we can conserve soil.